Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I really quickly want to share with you how I make my own enchilada sauce. Now I'm sharing this recipe with you because I think that it's a nice recipe to have in your back pocket or in your recipe box, just in case you're making enchiladas of any kind and it calls for enchilada sauce. You can whip it up in no time at all. But also I'm sharing a really yummy enchilada recipe coming up in a few days, and I'm using the sauce, and I wanted to just dedicate a video to it so that you have it if you were ever in need of an enchilada sauce recipe and you just type it in, and here I am. So I want to share it with you because it's easy, it's delicious, it's using ingredients you might already have on hand, and it's just really awesome. So let me go through them with you. What I have here are some diced tomatoes with green chilies. You can use tomato sauce here instead of this, but this is just what I prefer. You need water, and then in terms of spices, you need all-purpose flour, chili powder, cumin, granulated garlic and onion, dried oregano, a pinch of sugar, salt and pepper, and a little vegetable oil or like a flavorless oil. Let's get started. It really takes no time at all, and it's awesome. In a saucepan, I've got my oil going. Get that nice and hot over about, what is this? Get that nice and hot over about medium heat. Once that's ready, I'm gonna add all of my spices and my flour, and I'm just gonna cook that into the hot oil for about 30 seconds. I want the raw flour to cook away because I don't want this to taste like wallpaper paste. You know what I mean? I want all that raw flour taste to completely disappear. And also, when you cook spices in hot oil, they instantly release their fragrance. All their natural oils come out, and it just makes things a million times better. That's why sometimes it's always a good idea when you're using dry spices and dry herbs to add them in the beginning stage of your dish rather than the end like you would with fresh herbs. This looks great. Don't go too long, otherwise they can burn. Now I'm just gonna add my tomatoes. Oh, that's awesome. And my water. Now this is going to be on the mild side because I just think that that's more all-purpose. But if you want your enchilada sauce to be really spicy, then by all means add a little more chili powder to it if you want to. All I'm going to do at this point is let this come to like a bubble, like a boil, and then reduce it to a simmer and let it cook for about 15 minutes or so. Once it's there, I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll just give it one final touch. Just gonna puree. That's it. I said it. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's there. But it's really that easy and that simple. All right, so my gorgeous enchilada sauce has been simmering for about 15 minutes or so. You can see it has really deepened in color. Smells so good. It's unbelievable. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to use my immersion blender because I want to puree this until nice and smooth. You don't have to. If you don't mind your enchilada sauce being chunky, then you can leave it as is, but I like mine to be really smooth. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to puree this until nice and smooth, and then we are pretty much done. Just be careful and kind of tilt your pan towards you. Looks wonderful. I'm just going to pour this into a bowl. Look how beautiful that is. I could have made it a little bit smoother, but you know, who cares? That looks amazing. And I like to keep this in the freezer as well. So if you are ever in need of enchilada sauce, if you make enchiladas or anything that requires enchilada sauce, just make a couple batches of this, put them in the freezer, and then that way you have homemade enchilada sauce on hand at your fingertips. I'm just gonna give this a little zhuzh. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so good. I could eat the entire thing out of the bowl. That's how delicious this. Why I always do this to you. I always point at you with something, with some sort of utensil or spatula or something, but it's really delicious. It's got a good kick to it. Now, of course, you know, like I always say, when it comes to chili powder or anything that has heat, it might be hotter. It might be a little bit more mild depending on how hot your chili powder is. So make it a couple times, tweak it to your liking, but this to me is so perfect. Even spooned over some white rice, it would be like amazing with some chunks of avocado on top. I'd be a happy camper. Go to laurainthekitchen.com, get the recipe, and like I said, in a couple of days I'll share with you a great enchilada recipe that will be perfect for holiday season if you're having a big feast, having people over around this time of year for a get together, and you want to serve something really fun and delicious and a little bit spicy and you know, that would be a great recipe for you to check out. But for now, go get this recipe, make it so that you have it ready for when I share that one with you. Hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.